So workability claim number one was there's a compliance issue involved. Employers are happy to exploit illegal workers for low wages. I mean, who doesn't want to get cheap labor? You don't have to pay taxes on them. You can pay them under the table. Nobody knows about it. Illegal workers are also happy being exploited. Think about it. They don't have to get caught. Nobody has to know about it, and they get paid for it. How great is that? Though the wage is low, they are able to find a legitimate legal job because they have no documentation. By working, they are able to still make some money and survive. The public opinion will also not change with these illegal immigrants. Though the opinion is based on some truth, most of the Americans aren't willing to accept or vote for this policy simply because of their personal biases. They don't believe that it's fair, or honestly, many Americans are prejudiced. Not just Californians, just all of U.S. in general are really prejudiced against illegal immigrants. This policy just won't go through because it won't be strong enough to bypass that personal prejudice. It also does not seem very feasible to grant amnesty to workers due to the fear of immigrants getting caught. No matter what the government says, many workers will fear deportation and avoid filing one of these applications. With this policy in effect, there will be more immigrant workers migrating to our country in hopes of receiving the same treatment after working for 5 years. Other countries and immigrants will see that our border and immigration laws are weak and take advantage of our weak laws to enter the U.S. illegally in hopes that they will also be granted amnesty. That's the last thing we want. As a nation, we don't want to be seen as weak. That's why we have such a strong military. But also, if others see that, that's a safe haven we can go to since they're not very strict on their immigration laws, it will be like convicts running to Mexico, only it's going to be the other way around. Mexicans are going to come to, or anyone, immigrants, not just Mexicans, will come to America. It will also cost a lot of money. The last amnesty bill in 1986 failed horribly. How bad was it? It costed U.S. taxpayers $78 billion, and it only benefited 3 million people. That is $26,000 spent per immigrant for amnesty. Adjusted for inflation, that is about $50,000 today, as of 2009. No, that was 2008, which is a little bit higher now. Not by much. I don't think we can afford $50,000 a person just so they can be granted amnesty, just so they can work here. I don't think that's very fair. It is also not very profitable. In 2005, $9 billion paid in taxes through these ITINs, which is the way these immigrant workers pay taxes. These ITINs are income tax identification numbers. These numbers are given to people who don't have Social Security or who aren't eligible for a Social Security number. And these numbers are simply for federal tax purposes only. They can only be used for taxing. They aren't used for documentation, aren't used for immigration status, aren't used for anything other simply than taxes. But moving on, $9 billion was paid through taxes in 2005. This may seem like a large amount of number, like a large money, but if you look at the big picture, $593 billion was paid in 2005 through taxes. That is only 1.5%. Not a lot. Also, undocumented workers compose of 30% of the nation's foreign population, but they are only 4% of the entire U.S. population. So this policy, this amnesty policy, will help those 4% to pay 1.5% of the taxes due. I mean, that's pretty small. It's very insignificant to me. Also, this rewards those that break the law and is a slap to the face to those who have come here legally. For those who have come here legally, meaning through green cards, visas, they come here legally, they apply for permanent legal residency. They pay their taxes. But these illegal workers, illegal undocumented workers, they've come here illegally. That makes them a criminal. On top of that, if they've been good for 5 years, they can be granted amnesty. What about those that have been here for 5 years legally? Isn't that just a little unfair to them? And also, for your plan, do people with expired visas fall under this plan? Because a lot of the undocumented workers aren't also based on Border Patrol, but they're also based on people overstaying their visa. They get a visa, they say, oh, I'm going to come here for 30 days. They come here for 3 years. The immigration can't find them, nobody can find them, because there's nothing else. Sometimes the information they give is false, sometimes they just simply disappear. And also, how would you also force employers to make the workers become citizens? To force the employers, how do you force the employers to make these employees follow through with this plan? Because from where I've seen it, employers are happy paying low wages, and workers are happy paying getting low wages, as long as they're getting a job and they're getting paid. And also, lost my train of thought. Oh, and also, many workers, they fear getting caught by ICE. They fear that under this plan it might be like a fake plan where it's a trick to capture people, you know. Oh, you're gonna come get amnesty. You're gonna become legal. You come in, immigration's right outside, getting banned collecting people. I don't think many people will believe in that, and that is why your plan will not work. Thank you.